I needed a job, wanted a job, had the opportunity to go to work, and spent the next almost 37 years working there. It supported my family.
My father works there. I have aunts and uncles.
My brother still works at the plant. He's a manager, and I have 3 cousins that work out there also.
My father worked there. He retired with a little over 40 years.
My father started in 1953 and retired. My brother Brad started right out of high school.
Something that falls into place very, very easily to go work at the same place your parents did.
You know, there were times when we could ride to work together when we were working the same shift, and
That was important. Sometimes you come by and, hey, get out of bed, let's go to work.
Trained men all over the country to cut down steel wheels on tractors and
But this new tire is unequal for its traction. It is designed for use on farm tractors and implements to ensure the maintenance of uniform standards of quality throughout the factory.
If you count all the family, you know, the blood relations in the family, we've got like 360 plus years in the factory there right now. And it's still counting up because we've got a couple of them that just started here and they've been there about a little over a year apiece.
It's still a very manual factory, there's no doubt about that. It's very, very physical in there. But back in the day, it was even more so. There was nothing that was, everything was just arms and shoulders and elbows and strength. And boy, it made a man out of you, no doubt about that.
When I arrived here, I saw this behemoth that I found it to be very intimidating. And just because of the sheer size of the machinery, a week or two later, I was reassigned to it. I mean, that was 2001, and I've kind of been there ever since. That's RR1, I call her my baby. That's my baby.
I'm a CFE operator in Department 178, which a CFE operator stands for is cold feed extrusion. On the CFE extrusion, it comes out and it comes out of an extruder and it's continually coming out, so it's non-stop treading.
I've worked on the wire winder machine, the bead machine, the CFE machine. The wire comes from the wire winder machines, and they'll throw that on the machine. The filler is wrapped up with the reinforce, so as it's going through the machine, it's wrapping reinforce around it, and it's putting the filler through it. And that is the inner part of the tire.
When you start getting these big tires and they're coming out of these curing presses, you still have to stand them up, you still have to roll them. So no matter how much the technology has changed, there's still a lot of it that you still have to do by hand.
Everybody has a relationship that they develop with a machine. You know when something doesn't work right, you know exactly where to go to make the correction at. It's comparable to having your first car. It's always going to hold a special place in your heart, and there is an emotional attachment that comes along with that. What really makes your day a success is, I believe, a lot about the communication with the people you work with. It's almost like family.
Firestone, the people that work there are like family because you spend more time with them some weeks than you do your regular family. You know, we're just there for each other. There's always somebody there that you could talk to.
I've met a lot of neat people out here. A lot of guys that are just like me that, you know, didn't really want the school, didn't get the school.
You figure there's 1,100 people out there working right now. We're like a lot of small towns. And in them small towns, you've got great friends. And we get involved with folks in their lives and their families and help them. And the company does a great job helping them also.
I came from an environment where we didn't even have running water or electricity in a building. I never imagined that my life would get to the point where I bought a brand new house. I've done that on a blue-collar salary. I look at it as reaching the American dream.
My kids, they always ask me what I do. They know I make tires, but it comes with a funny smell too. So when I get off and they'll hug me, it's like, oh, you know, you kind of stink. And I'm like, well, thanks, I smell like money, you know. They know I work long hours and they know that I do it for them.
There's a lot of folks that, you know, they owe everything they have to that factory, you know, the fact that they even have a house, have a car, put their kids through college. It's been a big, big piece of the economy in Des Moines for coming close to 75 years next year.
I would say it's a good job. It still pays real well. And you didn't have to go to college to get the job, to make the money. Do I recommend it to people? Yeah.
You know, working in a factory is not always easy. It can be hard work. But it's a good pay. I'm not gonna get rich off of it, but I've done well. I've raised a family, I'm on my second house now.
Just seeing a tire, you know, at the fair, I'll just sit there and stare at it. And then my kid would like, you stop and stare at these tires every time we come here. And I'm like, yeah, you know, Mommy had something to do with making this tire.
You gotta be proud of what you do. You gotta take pride in what you do. You gotta make sure that we build a perfect tire. That's what's gonna keep this plant open. It's an American-made product, it's a union-made product. Take pride in what you do.
It's something I take very seriously. It's something that it touches me deep down in my heart. So it's something I'm mindful of and appreciative of as well.
If I didn't have Firestone, I'd probably be a mess. And, you know, just the thought of our tires are going on these tractors, you know, we're feeding the world. And it's just a pretty cool thought.
The world's gotta eat. We're very, very proud that we build the best tire in the world. We always have.